Welcome back to another episode of the Vendador Table. This week is especially special because we're going right into spring with white asparagus and green asparagus that is dressed in a salad of trout roe, smoked trout, a little bit of a red crab, and some fresh herbs. Let's get started. Okay, so we'll get started on our asparagus first. We've got our beautiful white asparagus spears here and our green asparagus just in time for the spring season. The bottom part is fairly woody, so for this application, we're just gonna go ahead and snap it right off. And then for this green asparagus, you can tell obviously the bottom of it is very dry. You can't really eat any of that, so I'm just gonna cut off this piece here. And then basically, I'm gonna want the top parts as my presentation, and then everything else is gonna go into the sauce. So I'm just gonna cut them right here. I'm gonna take a couple of them to just blanch into the sauce itself. And then these guys are gonna go into the sauce to blanch. Now these, I'm just going to take my beak knife and just carefully peel them. It's tedious work, guys. You don't have to do this, but it does look nice. So while our water heats up, I'm gonna get our white asparagus ready as well. So I'm just gonna peel it because it can be very fibrous and a little bit chewy. And then I'm just gonna make them the same size. So saving these guys for the ones that goes into our sauce. In with the rest of our white and green asparagus right here. Our water is boiling. Gonna make sure that we season it with salt. And then going in with our white asparagus first for about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. You can basically eat the stuff raw anyway, so about 30 seconds later, I'm just gonna add in the rest of our spears here. Okay, so it's been a total of 3 minutes. We're gonna pull out our asparagus and go straight into an ice bath and just let them completely cool down. Okay, so a couple minutes later, all this stuff is ready to come out so it doesn't get waterlogged. And then we'll just cut our white asparagus long ways. So this is all good, we'll set it to the side. In the meantime, we'll get working on the rest of our ingredients. One of them is gonna be a tomato dice, batons first, then to little cubes. Start with the base of our sauce. So we've got some white wine right here in the center. I'm gonna go in with a few sprigs of rosemary and thyme and a couple of black peppercorns. Then we'll crush 2 small cloves of garlic, get that into our base as well. Got a shallot, and then we're gonna reduce this entire thing into a syrup. While this is reducing, I'm just gonna go ahead and chop some parsley that we're gonna end up finishing with. So now our syrup is ready. I'm just gonna pull this off and just strain this concentrated white wine. Now we'll take this reduction and just put it back into our pot and then just start to gently warm it up. From there, I'm just gonna add a little bit of cream. So while this is coming up, I'm gonna add in that little bit of asparagus that I cut out from the bottom just to blanch a little bit. And I'm just gonna bring this to a little light simmer and let that kind of cook for a little bit. At the same time, I have a little bit of parsley that I'm gonna add to this as well. Once this comes up to a simmer, I'll let it go for about 5 to 6 minutes just until everything kind of softens up, and then I can blend it into a sauce. And that's gonna be the base for what's coming next. As this is finishing up, I'm gonna add a little bit of a smoked trout. I don't know if you guys remember from a couple of videos ago, we did that whole patuna trout. You can put it directly into the sauce and it'll kind of help as a thickener once it actually blends in there too. So I'm gonna add about half of this in there to cook. So now we've got our cream, asparagus, parsley, and the smoked salmon mixture that we're gonna add into our blender. And you'll notice that it will start to turn green as all the chlorophyll within the parsley and the asparagus starts to really blend in there and heat up. Okay, so our sauce is good to go. I'm just gonna strain it directly into our other pot here. Let's take out any of those lumps that didn't blend very well. And to this, I'm gonna add in our raw asparagus for the crunch component, tomato dice, chopped parsley, and last but not least, I have some beautiful red crab that I'm gonna be serving up with this asparagus dish. And finally, some beautiful smoked trout roe. Now we're ready to plate. We'll place our asparagus in a bowl, hit it with a touch of olive oil, sprinkle of salt, and some nicely cracked black pepper. Give this a little mix. Now we'll go in with our sauce. Next we'll move into our asparagus. A little bit of the smoked trout. A little of the trout roe. Just finish with nice plooshes of fresh dill. And there we have it. So we've got white asparagus, first of the season, green asparagus, first of the season, and we're pairing it with a cream sauce that's been mounted with some red crab. We've got some tomato concassé in there as well, a little bit of poached asparagus to go in the sauce, and as well as some smoked pattuna trout. Super excited for this one. This is a perfect second or third course. I would absolutely love for you guys to try this one. So please let us know in the comments what you think about it, and please subscribe for more.